Hey, if you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. TikTok is a little goofy. Now, TikTok does send out notifications, YouTube does not. I am live streaming in two places. Good morning, Erica. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. I am live streaming on two places. On my phone on TikTok and I'm on my MacBook Pro on YouTube. I have software that lets me do that. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. I live on the East Coast of the United States. I'm about 40 to 50 minutes outside the city of Philadelphia. Good morning, something into the bizarre. Good morning, Dell. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. I live on the East Coast of the United States. I'd love to know why you're on social media. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. If this is the first time you've been on one of my lives, comment yes. And TikTok actually sends out notifications. YouTube does not. In fact, YouTube doesn't. TikTok does show me who's coming on. If somebody did something, if you like the video, YouTube does not. So if you don't comment on, if you're on my YouTube live and you don't comment, I can't shout you out because I can't see you. Good morning, Palms 91. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Good morning, is it Georgia? Good morning, Devil something. What do people call you? Good morning, Kevin. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. I live on the East Coast of the United States. I'm about 40 to 50 minutes outside the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Ghana. Good morning, Kathy. Um, I'm on social media because I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Good morning, Izzy. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Zubas or Ken. What do people call you? A lot of people, especially on TikTok, do all kinds of different things. They don't put their name. Good morning, Trey. A lot of people don't put their real name on their profiles. A lot of people don't put pictures. Um, and if you are using social media for anything, you really want to do that because people want to know you're real with all the fake accounts and AI. People want to know that you're a real person. Good morning, Zal. Good morning, Kimberly. You're from Kuwait. Okay, well, welcome. What time is it in Kuwait? It's about where I'm at. It's like 10 a.m. I'm on Eastern Standard Time. Good morning, Gail. Good morning, Harry. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. Today, I'm on social media. If anybody wants to drop in the comments why you're on social media, I'm on social media because I do online marketing, making money from home. I teach other people how to do the same thing. Last month, September, was my 14-year anniversary in this industry. I haven't worked a full time job in over 9 years. It's about 5 p.m. Okay. Um, good morning, Debbie. Good morning, with the print on this, and unfortunately on TikTok, everybody's names in white, and sometimes it's hard to see. Good morning, Paul. Um, Ken, is it Ken? Is that what people call you? If you want to learn more about what I do, you want to come up here to the top of my profile, and there's a little box there. It's a description. In there's my website. It's payudaily.com. You want to click on that, go over, put your email address in, watch the two videos, read the whole page. You'll get an email from me that will have a link in it with a free PDF that I have. It's a outline of the blueprint I'm using. It's a 2-hour workday blueprint. You can click on that. You can download it. You can save it to your computer. That's free. If you have any questions about the program and what I'm doing digital marketing. You can respond back to the email. But if you want more information, if you don't go to my profile, you can put Pay You Daily in your browser too. That would work. Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Clark. Good morning, user 74 something. Good morning, Soul Source is what do people call you? And I'd love to know why you're on social media. If anybody wants to put in the comments, how much time a day do you spend on social media? And I think a lot of people, good morning, Marcy, are spending a lot more time on social media. Say you're only going to get on for 15 minutes and then you're on for 30 and then an hour or 2 hours. Today I was going to talk about now, let me know if you can see this because I turned the mirror off on TikTok. TikTok automatically puts that on. Thank you for the badge, Debbie. and you sent a heart. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. If anybody else wants to like my live, whether you're on my TikTok account or my YouTube channel, I really appreciate it. Good morning, Patty. But today I was going to talk about how to automate your business. Now, I did have somebody that asked me, wanted to learn how to get a free automated business. You can't automate stuff for free. Now you can automate just about everything, and I love automation and I love leverage, and everything that I can possibly automate, I'm doing that, because you can get this down to working like 2 hours a day. But you can't do it for free. And when that guy asked me that, I just thought that was so funny. Good morning, Alex. Good morning, Len. That you think you can do something and you can do it for free. Um, you can't see the box to send my email. Well, then try another browser. Go get on another browser, then go back and go to my website and click it, and it should take you over to a page where you put the email in. And I've had over 20,000 people go through that. Nobody has said that to me. So it's definitely something on your end, but try another browser, try another device, take my website, payudaily.com, and put it in your browser. And see if you can get it to come up, or go back to my profile, refresh your page, go back to my profile, click my link in there. That's my website, payudaily.com, and try it again. But I've had over 20,000 people come through that, and you're the only person that said that to me. So it's definitely something on your end. Good morning, Gani. Good morning, Taket. So I'm gonna tell you how you can fully automate this, but you can't do it for free. And the guy that asked me that, yeah, you can totally automate everything, but you can't do it for free. And if you need to have some things in place. And if you want to automate it, and that gives you, because part of this is you get your time back, you can get this down to 2 hours a day. But the one thing you need a system. I'll put this in here. And by system, and if you go to my website, it'll take you, if you click on my link, payudaily.com, it'll take you to a page where you put your email address in, and then you'll it'll take you to some videos and a page that you watch, but it's attached to, this is how you get that can be running for you 24/7, is you have a website, and you attach to it a bunch of automated emails that go out for you 24/7. And you should be, if you're using social media, you definitely want to be building your email list, because you don't own your social media accounts. You can lose them at any time. And so you want to build an email list, and you need a tool called an autoresponder. Now, most of them will let you start for free. Like the one I use, you can get up to 2,000 subscribers for free. But you can't, and you want to be building your email list. You want to get up to, now mine's 2,000. Some others I think are like 500. Once you hit 2,000, you have to start paying for it. It's a cost of doing business, but and out of all the tools I use, it's the most essential tool. You really can't do this effectively, and there's no way you can automate it without a autoresponder. And a lot of you are on social media because you're looking for a way to make money from home, or you've been trying and you're not getting the results that you want. Now, I do have some people on here, a woman on here that she's got a nonprofit that supports women who've been abused, victims of domestic violence. And she's using social media to get exposure for that. Good morning, Trinity. Good morning, is it Motog? Good morning, Lady. Lou. Good morning, Karen. Or you just don't want to send people. And I did this for the first year. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have training. I was sending people to a replicated website. Good morning, Deb. You don't want to do that, or you don't want to send them to a website with just information on the page, or a sales page, or a replicated website, because the issue with that is you only have one chance to talk to them. Good morning, Bonish, is that what people call you? If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Good morning, Megan. Love to know what part of the world you're coming in from. Good morning, user 6570. And if anybody wants to like my live, I'd really appreciate it. That helps my account out. But you want to send people to a website where you capture the person's information, their email address, and then you get them on your email list, and you can learn, and you can get a system where you're attaching your website to a tool called an autoresponder. and those emails, and you have emails that are being sent out for you automatically, no matter what you're doing. That's where the automation comes in. And if you're just sending people to a page, you're not automating anything. And I have a bunch of, and that's how I'm able to, I've woken up that I've made money while I've been sleeping or I've been out doing something else. And if you don't have automation, you can't possibly do that. There's other tools. Good morning, Alma. Like another thing I use is it's software that, and right now, because of the whole thing with TikTok, I can't use it on TikTok. I have it on my Instagram. I have software that automatically, anytime anybody comments on one of my videos and they want more information, the software does it for me. And I got that attached to my Instagram account. I don't have to answer any messages and spend that amount of time on social media. It is in beta for TikTok right now. And with the whole thing with the ban, I wanted to be a beta tester, but they wouldn't let me because I live in the United States and the whole thing about TikTok getting banned. So they're not releasing it to anybody. I have an account. All I got to do is attach my TikTok account to it and set it up. They won't give it me or anybody who lives in the United States access to that until this whole thing gets resolved. And President Trump did sign another 90-day thing that goes to, like, I think it's December 19th. Good morning, Dean. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. I live on the East Coast of the United States. Anyway, I do online marketing, making money from home. I teach other people how to do the same thing. I've been doing this. Last month was my 14-year anniversary. I haven't worked a job in over 9. And there's a lot of people on social media that have jobs. Some of you are working 2 jobs. Good morning, Kev. Because you can't make ends meet. And with the prices, I mean, every time I go do food shopping, it costs more than the week before, and I could buy the exact same thing. Good morning, Peanut Mocha. Good morning, Natalie. Good morning, Professor Pivot. What do people call you? Anyway, you can automate this whole thing, and you can get this down to 2 hours a day. We have people in our group that have left their jobs because of this. They started in digital marketing where you make 100% profit. And I'm showing people how to do that. Now, and if you want to automate the whole thing, you can, because you don't have to spend hours on social media. Good morning, Logan. Good morning, Richard. You don't have to spend hours and hours on social media responding to comments. I don't, because I have software that lets me do it. And then I have a system in place, because if you're using social media for no matter what the reason is, if you're just sending people to a page with information, it could be a website, it could be a sales page, it could be a replicated website. The issue with that is you only have one chance to talk to the person and then they're gone. You want to send them to something where you can capture their email address and get them on your email list. Good morning, Sunshine. You want to build your email list because you don't own your social media accounts. You don't control them. You could lose them at any time. If you post or do something that the platform doesn't like, you can lose your account. I've lost 10 TikTok accounts. I had 3 Instagram accounts. I lost. Somebody hacked my main one, went shopping, set up ads, and then they deleted my account. I had 2 other accounts. Instagram suspended them, and then they did not rule in my favor. And I did start back up on this TikTok account you're on last June. I started posting 3 videos a day, and I did the same thing on Instagram. I'm over 110,000 followers on TikTok now. I got monetized. I'm close to getting to 100,000 followers on Instagram. I'll be monetized over there, but TikTok, Instagram doesn't, they discontinued their program. Most of them, they have a monetization program where they'll pay you to use it. And actually, TikTok pays me for doing these lives. Good morning, Mohammed. So my time on social media is productive. And how much time a day do you spend on social media? If anybody wants to be honest and answer, excuse me, very few people want to do that. They don't want to say the amount of time, excuse me, that they're spending on social media. I did have one person, she was honest enough that she said she spends way too much time on social media. Good morning, Lauren. Where are you coming in from? Most of you don't want to admit how much time you spend. And I do think it can be addicting, about 6 hours. Okay, well, why not get paid for it, Logan? Because and I don't spend 6 hours. I'm on for at least a couple hours every single day. I'm doing this live stream. I'm on for like an hour, but my time is productive. TikTok does pay me to do these lives. Most of the social media platforms, you do have to read the requirements, but you can get monetized and they pay you for using the platform. Good morning, Kells Bells. Good morning. I'm not even going to try your name. I can hardly see it, and I'm probably not going to pronounce it correctly. But welcome. Love to know where you're coming in from. I live on the East Coast of the United States. About 40 or 50 minutes outside the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's about a 2.5-hour drive from here to New York City. So if you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. If anybody wants to be honest, Logan did say he spends about 6 hours. How much time do you spend on social media? Why are you on social media in the first place? Good morning, Rachel. If you're jumping on, what part of the world are you coming in from? If you're on my YouTube live, unless you respond and put something in the chat, the comments, I can't see you, so I can't shout you out. TikTok does show me who's coming on. I can see if anybody wants to like my live streams, whether you're on my TikTok or YouTube account, I'd really appreciate it. Good morning. Is it Lauren? You're from Wisconsin. Okay. What's the temperature like in Wisconsin? It's a lot colder here today. Earlier this week, it was 80. I don't think we're going to hit 80 again. Good morning, Lost Key. What part of the world are you coming in from? Love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Logan says, looking forward for work from home and business ideas. Well, Logan, if you want to take a look at what I'm doing, you can go up to my profile. You're on my TikTok account. In the bio there's some writing. There's my website, payudaily.com. If you click on that, it'll take you over to a page. Put your email address in. Watch the 2 videos. Read the page from top to bottom. You'll get an email from me with my free PDF that outlines the blueprint I'm using. That's yours to keep. You can download and save it to your computer. If you have any questions after that, if you respond to my email, I'd be glad to answer your questions. I do check that email every day, but I do digital marketing. There are different business models. There's network marketing, affiliate marketing, high ticket affiliate marketing. Some people have like their own coaching services. I've done affiliate marketing, high ticket affiliate marketing, network marketing, and they all pay you a percentage. In general, it's usually something like 20 to 40%. There's a few programs out there that they pay more than that, but not many. I decided to do digital marketing because I make 100% profit that comes direct to me. The money nobody's holding it. And with affiliate marketing, high ticket affiliate marketing, network marketing, the money goes to the company, they hold it. They pay you out based on their schedule, and they'll tell you what wallet to use and all that. With digital marketing, I pick my own merchant account, my own wallet. I like Stripe because Stripe lets me withdraw up to $500 every day. And that money, it literally takes 15 minutes to hit my bank account, which I really love. And affiliate and network marketing, you're only going to make 20 to 40%. I'd rather make 100%. Logan says, which one to look under, the YouTube or the Logan, there's 3 links there. There's the link to my website, payudaily.com, and then you can see the link for my Instagram or YouTube channel. You want to go to my website, not Instagram or YouTube. Click on that. It'll take you over to that's my website. Put your email address in. There's 2 videos. Watch the 2 videos. Read the page. You'll get an email from me. Read that. There's a link in there. In the bio, Logan, there's some writing there. And I talk about how I go live every day. And underneath it's my website. It's payudaily.com. That's on my profile. It's there. I don't know why you're not seeing it. The other thing you can do is you can pull up a browser and just put my website in payudaily.com. Because all 3 of those are there. The links to my Instagram and my YouTube account are underneath the bio. My link is Findy. I suggest you try another browser or device. I've had over 20,000 people go through it. Nobody's ever said to me it doesn't populate. So I try another browser or a device. And I just checked it like before. Well, I've checked it multiple times a day, and I've got multiple people coming through it. I've had over 20,000 people come through it. Nobody has said that to me. Good morning, MCLN2. What do people call you? Where are you coming in from? and people actually, whether you're on YouTube or TikTok, people don't, for some reason, want to put their names. Good morning, Rob. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. How much time a day do you spend on social media? Now, Logan was honest and said he spends about 6 hours. I had another woman on here that she was honest, and she said she spends way too much time on social media. I do spend probably a couple hours, maybe little less than that on social media every day, but I'm getting paid. TikTok pays me to do these lives. So my time is productive, and I'm creating content, posting content. On TikTok, and I post 3 videos a day on TikTok, and I take those same 3 videos and post them on Instagram. Yeah, Logan, I don't know why, that's not showing for you. Maybe it's something with are you on a phone or are you on a computer? Good morning, sweet sunflower. You're from, India. Welcome. Thanks for jumping on. How much time is anybody I've got some people responding on TikTok, but anybody on, YouTube, you wanna say how much time you spend on social media? Logan, you may wanna try a computer. I would try another device, a browser, and I don't know what browser you're using, but whichever one, to try another one. Good morning, King Von. What do people call you? That's strange, and I have had over 20,000 people go through that to my website, and most people don't have a problem. Good morning, Hockey Top. Good morning, Tim. If you're jumping on, what part of the world you're coming in from? Sweet Sunflower. I'm from the United States. I live on the East Coast of the United States. Good morning, Mama. I get people on these, whether you're on my YouTube live or you're on my TikTok live. Good morning, Coco. I have people coming on these from all over the world. What I do is global, so it's not restricted where you live. There are some things out there that they're restricted by where you live, that you can't do them. And I actually am involved with something like that, but I don't put that out on my social media accounts because not everybody's going to be able to do it. And the people following me that live outside those jurisdictions, they can't do it. So if you are promoting something, you want to make sure it's global. Good morning, Dee. You just got a #1 gift badger. Good morning, Greg. If anybody wants to like my live, I'd really appreciate it, whether you're on my YouTube channel, my live stream on YouTube or TikTok. And if you're on my YouTube live, if you don't comment, I can't shout you out because YouTube does not show me who's on. Good morning, John. Where are you coming in from? And I do get people from all over the world. My choice. Well, I'm not sure what you mean by that. I do get people all over the world on these live streams, on my social media accounts. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook. I have accounts on most of them, but the 3 I use the most are TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. And good morning, Muslim Queen. What do people call you? John, you're in Florida? Okay. And most of you, if you're new and you're wanting to use social media, I do recommend you pick one platform, pick something you like, because if you don't like it, you don't stick to it, and then do it till you master it. I've been doing this for a long time, so I'm on multiple platforms, but if you're new, you want to just pick one and do it till you master. Dee saying, would like to inquire. Okay, Dee, I put it, the video is there. It's at the top of my account, and I tell you exactly where to go sign up. I don't know if Adidas is restricted. You can go try to see if you can get an account. Now, they don't approve everybody, and it's free to join. And if they do approve you, they'll send you a link that's cookie to you. If anybody comes through your link, you'd earn a commission. You're on your own after that. They don't give training. They don't give mentorship. And 80% of companies in the world, that's affiliate marketing. 80% of companies in the world have affiliate programs. They're only going to pay you 1% to 5%. The company's actually going to make more per sale than you. And if you even wanted to make an extra $500, you're going to have to get hundreds of sales a month to make $500. I average 900 a sale. So if I get like 12 sales, that's $10,800. It's a lot easier to get 12 sales than it is to get hundreds a month. And if you don't know how to use social media, you don't have an email list, you don't have a group of people that you have influence over somewhere, the chances are slim you're going to make any money. I mean, this is a high income skill. You can learn it in 2 weeks. To master it, you have to start doing it every day. And you need to get around somebody who's willing to teach you. Um, I mean, you can go ahead and try that, but I tell you how to go sign up, but 1 to 5% for me, that's just not worth it. Logan, you say, do follow you on okay. Well, Logan, I would try not, if you're on your phone, I try another device and browser and see if you can do it then. And you just put my website in payudaily.com. Good morning, user. I can't see that. Good morning, Christian. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. How much time a day do you spend on social media? Good morning, Danny. Most people don't want to answer that. I'm not sure why. And I do think a lot of people, you mean to get on, and you say you're only going to get on for 15 or 20 minutes, and then that turns into half an hour, and then turns into an hour, 2 hours, and you're spending hours. And I do think it can be addicting. You get on, you just start scrolling. Thank you for liking the live. If anybody else wants to like my live, I'd really appreciate it. And then you spend hours and hours putting up with it. What do people call you? Interesting to me to see what different things people do to set up their account. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Don. If you're jumping on, love to know what part of the world you're coming in from. If you want to like my live, I'd really appreciate that. That helps my accounts out. TikTok does show me who's coming on, and if you like the live or you say anything, good morning, Shady. YouTube does not. So if you don't say anything in the chat, I can't shout you out because I can't see who's on. Don, you're in Cleveland, Ohio. Okay. Good morning, John. Cleveland, Ohio is not that far from me. I live in Pennsylvania. Good morning. You don't have any name. You just have some ... dots. Good morning, John. Thanks for liking the video. Good morning, Tony. Where are you coming in from? How much time does anybody want to share? How much time do you spend on social media every day? Good morning, Dan. Good morning, Todd. Where are you coming in from? Love to know why you're on social media. I do online. Are you from Jamaica? Okay, so welcome. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same. Todd, you're from Detroit. And the Tigers lost last night. I'm a big baseball fan. My Phillies got locked out on Thursday. And that game was I saw parts of it. The game last night with the Mariners, they went, it was, when I turned it off, they were in the 12th inning, but the Tigers lost. I was rooting for anybody who was behind because the Phillies were behind. And this is the 4th year we've made it to the playoffs, and we still haven't won a World Series. And it was heartbreaking the way it ended. So baseball season's over, but I'm a football fan, and they'll be back. The first game, actually, they're starting them at the end of February. So yeah, the Detroit's out now too, and the field is getting slimmer and slimmer. Good morning, Todd. You just got a number 2 gift badger. Good morning, Mama Bear. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. How much time do you spend a day on social media? And I think people spend more time than they want to admit. They say, you say you're only going to get on for like 15 minutes. And then the 15 minutes turns into 30, and then an hour or 2. And Logan was on here. He said he spends 6 hours a day on social media. Why not get paid for it? It's somebody else who was being really honest, that she said she spends way too much time on social media. When I'm on it, my time is productive. I'm getting paid. TikTok pays me to do these live streams. So my time is productive, and I spend maybe about 3 hours on average, probably less than that, because I automate, and that's what I was talking about. My whiteboard today, how to automate your business. Whatever I can automate, and you can automate most of it and end up spending less than 2 hours a day. Now, these live streams, I committed to doing these. I spend an hour a day doing these live streams. Good morning, Andy. Good morning, DGA. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. Todd says, how do you get paid doing all if you don't sell a product? I do sell a product, Todd. I have a digital product. I have 100% resale rights on it. I make 100% every time somebody buys from me. To an e-learning, it's showing people how to use social media correctly, build an email list. Um, you can learn how to create reoccurring income on the back end. My mentor has taught me that. So no, I do have a product. It's not a physical product, it's digital. There are some people that sell physical products. They may have like a weight loss supplement. There's some people that do coaching. Todd, if you go up to my profile, where it says I go live every single day and I talk about, you can get my free PDF. There's a link right below that, payudaily.com. That's my website. If you don't want to do that, you can just go to a browser and put payudaily.com, put your email address in, watch the 2 videos, read the page from top to bottom. You'll get an email from me. You can read that. There's a link in there with my free PDF. You can click on that, download it, and save it to your computer. That's yours to keep. If you have any questions, you can respond back to my email. Lorem, what are digital products? Digital products are ones that you don't have to, it's not physical. You can download them on your computer. You can get access to them online through, you create an account and you get a login and password. And there's videos there, programs and stuff that you can watch. There's courses are sold that way, online courses, where you don't have to go physically into, like a school or something. But some of them, like I have a free PDF, you can download that and save it to your computer. Others, if you buy a program that you get in that you're trying to learn something, it's a course or a program, you get a login and password that you get access to the content. That's what digital products are. There's nothing physical. You don't have to do any shipping or any of that, which with the physical product you do. Good morning, Brianna. If you're jumping on, love to know what part of the world you're coming in from. While you're on social media, I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Good morning, T. Good morning, Dave, Davey's shop. And do people call you Dave? Love to know what part of the world you're coming in from. I live on the East Coast of the United States. I'm about 40 or 50 minutes outside the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Good morning. Is it Tanda? If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. I've been doing these every day. I've been live streaming actually on Thursday, this coming Thursday, the 16th. It'll be 90 days I've been doing this. If you have any questions about anything or you need help with something, I might be glad to do a training on one of these. The topic somebody else picks, because usually I pick the topic. If I've done it and I know about it, I'd be glad to do a training. If I haven't, I can probably give you a resource. Good morning, Randall. If you're jumping on, love to know what part of the world you're coming in from. I get people from all over the world. I live on the East Coast of the United States. And if you're on my YouTube live, if you don't comment, I can't see you, so I can't shout you out. TikTok does show me that. Eating with baby, and I'm going to assume you have a baby. Or good morning, Biskies. What part of the world you're coming in from? And I was just talking today about how you can automate your business. And I try to do, and I'll just leave this up for a second. I automate every possible thing that I can. Obviously, these live streams, you can't automate. Good morning, Missy. You can't automate something like this, but I can automate emails. I can automate, I have software I use on Instagram that replies to comments for me automatically. Good morning, Margaret. So you can get this down to like 2 hours a day. When you're new, it's going to take you longer, because anytime you're learning something, the more you do it, the better you get, the faster you get. That would be the same thing for anybody. You get better, you get faster at it. And I know when I first did my first videos, they suck. It's just kind of the way that it is. But you get better and faster, and you can get this down to 2 hours a day. And a lot of people, I get people on here, we have people in our community that they were working a job they hated. Some people were working 2 or 3 jobs because they can't make ends meet. There was a guy, good morning, Darren, on my live that his name was Hank. He's telling me he was working 2 jobs. And I did that at one point in my life, and it's exhausting. We had somebody in our group, her name is Amy. Good morning, Ash. She's a single mom. She was working 2 jobs to try to make ends meet. She was exhausted. She didn't have any time to spend with her kids. Um, and she started doing digital marketing, what I'm doing. And now she has left both those jobs. She makes more money doing this than she was at the jobs. And she's not exhausted all the time. She's got time to spend with her kids. She has time to do things she wants. Good morning, Hilda. You can get your time back. This just isn't about making money. It's about having not just financial freedom, but time freedom. Because if you're working a job and you want to take time off for anything, or you need to leave early, or you don't feel well, or whatever it is, you have to ask. And I don't have to ask anybody anything. Like yesterday, when I got done this, I had something I needed to go do. I mean, I don't have to ask. I can do it when I want. So you have time freedom most jobs. And when I had a professional position, I got maybe 5 weeks paid time off a year. Good morning, Michael. Thank you for you're the number one gift badger. Thanks for jumping on. I appreciate you. But when you're working a job, you can't. You have to ask. Your time is not your own. And I had a professional position. The job I lost, I got like 5 weeks of paid time off, and then I think like 12 sick days a year. And a lot of them anymore. Thanks, Michael, for liking the live. A lot of companies now used to be able to roll over your sick time. Like if you didn't use any, like for the first year, say, and you had 12 days, that roll those over, and they don't even do that anymore. Good morning. Ooh, is it hot? Tasha? Good morning, Edna. If you're jumping on, I'd love to know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. How much time do you spend a day on social media? And I know Logan was on here and he said he spends 6 hours a day. I had another woman say that she spends way too much time on social media. I do think it can be addicting. You say you're only going to get on for like 15, 30 minutes, and then an hour goes by, 2 hours, 3 hours, and you spend all this time scrolling. My time on social media is productive. I'm making money. In fact, TikTok is paying me for doing these lives. Good morning, Gemstone. You can get monetized on most of the platforms. And I spend maybe 2 to 3 hours. I'm trying to get that even down to less. I'm committed to doing these live streams. I'm here live streaming every day for an hour. So that's one of the hours I'm on social media. But my time is productive. Good morning, Deb. Why not get paid for it? And I do believe most of the people that come on here, I get people from all over the world. You're either looking for a way to make money from home, or you've been trying and you're not getting the results that you want. And there's a lot of people. You can get exposure. There's over 5 billion people on social media that you can get exposure to for free. My mentor, and I'm following her blueprint, has followed a blueprint, and she has taught me how to use social media for free. And she's used it to make $8 million like in the last 3 years. I do believe she'll probably be at 9 or 10 by the time we get to the end of this year. What MCLN2, what do people call you? Yeah, I mean, automation. I love automation, and leverage is another thing that I really love. But you can have things set up, and you can't do it for free. I did have somebody say to me he wants a free automated business. There is no such thing. You can automate just about everything, but you can't do it for free. I have software that I use, like on my Instagram account, to answer comments. Now, they do have a program for the same software for TikTok, but because I live in the United States and this whole thing with TikTok being banned, they're not releasing it. I wanted to be a beta tester, and I have it all hooked up on my TikTok account, but I can't do that right now. But you can automate just about everything, so you don't have to spend hours and hours. And actually, I've done that when I did network marketing. I promoted a company for a couple of years, personally signed over 350 people. I was living in Messenger. It's exhausting. I got completely burned out and just decided I don't want to do that anymore. And you can automate stuff, so you can get this down to 2 hours a day, and you don't have to be spending, hours and hours and hours on social media. And that's what I was doing. I was spending so much time, and you really end up, you don't have a life. Good morning, BW, where are you coming in from? Good morning, Beyond Fuse, J5, what do people call you? Love to know where you're coming in from, why you're on social media. Thank you, Michael, for liking my live. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you. You can get this down to 2 hours a day. Last month was my 14-year anniversary in this industry. I haven't worked a job in 9. I started doing this because I lost my job. I couldn't find, and that was 14 years ago in August. Horrible job market. Couldn't find a job. I was broke, unemployed, in foreclosure. I was drowning in $250,000 of debt. I had no idea how I was going to get myself out of this mess. And if it wasn't for this industry and digital marketing, I don't think I'd still have my house. But this industry can change your life. I've had days where I've made more money in a single day than I made in a whole month when I still work in a job. That for me has been life changing. Good morning, Ash. And I'm not the only one. The people that you see making money, because they showed up, they were coachable, they were consistent, they put the work in, and there is work involved in this, but you can get this down to 2 hours a day, and you can automate just about everything. But you need to learn how to use that more. My mentor has taught me how to use social media, the correct way to use it, and use it for free. That gets me exposure every single day. It gets me leads. And then some of those leads turn into sales. Good morning, Alana. So it is a high income skill you can learn in 2 weeks. To master, it's going to take you longer. I mean, you're going to have to do something every day for a period of time, and you only have to get really good at one thing in this industry, and you can make a lot of money. Good morning, Niles, 23, where are you coming in from? And TikTok does show me who's coming on and who likes the video. YouTube does not. So if you're on my YouTube live and you don't comment, I can't see you, so I can't shout you out. TikTok does show me that. Looks like we have another Michael that just jumped on. Welcome. Good morning, Marlo. If you're jumping on, where are you coming in from? What part of the world do you live in? I live on the East Coast of the United States. I'm on social media because I do online marketing, making money from home. I've been doing this. Last month was 14 years. I haven't worked a job in 9. The job I lost, good morning, Emily, I had a 2 to 3 hour commute every single day. And I do not miss that. Now my commute is literally, it's not even a minute that it takes me to go up a flight of stairs. I have a room upstairs in my house that I turned into my office. Marlo, you're from the Philippines. Welcome. Thanks for jumping on. What time is it in the Philippines? I'm great today. How are you, Marlo? I do a company I do business with is in Singapore. I know they're 12 hours ahead of me because it's like 10:40 a.m. where I'm at. In Singapore, it's 10:40 p.m. at night. So what time is it there in the Philippines? I have had some other people from the Philippines jump on. Good morning, Tanya. I do get people on these lives from all over the world. I get people to my social media accounts from all over the world. This really is global. So it doesn't matter where you live, you can do this. And it's pretty cool. Some people I've met online, and they could be from like another country, and then eventually meeting them at a live event. COVID really put a wrench into the live events because now they're still doing them, but they're giving people 2 choices. You can do them virtually if you just want to buy a ticket to attend the event, or if you want to go live. And I know a lot of people before COVID, I know the first event I ever went to, it cost me $3,000. Good morning, Christy. Good morning, Lori. It cost me $3,000 to go to that. That event was in San Diego, and just the airfare alone, the ticket cost over $1,000 just to get into the event. And at that, I was broke. I didn't have a job. I didn't have any income. Had no money coming in, and I put all that on a credit card so I could go to that event. And now today, a lot of places they offer you a choice. You can attend it virtually, which for a lot of people are more affordable. And I do get that because I know how much it costs me, the events I've gone to, because if you're flying someplace, it's the airfare, then you need a hotel. It's the cost of the ticket to get into the event. And that first one I went to, I spent $3,000. And a lot of people just don't have that. And when COVID hit, all the in-person ones were being shut down. So they started doing it virtually. And actually for the companies, because they end up making more because they get a lot more people that come when they can just buy a virtual ticket, and they don't have to, worry about the expense of a hotel or airfare. Good morning. Is it Gids 53? Where are you coming in from? So the virtual events have, and that's really because of COVID, opens it up to a lot more people that they can go to an event. Good morning, Mr. Possum. Where are you coming in from? Good morning, Pessa. What do people call you? Love to know what part of the world you're coming in from. I live on the East Coast of the United States. I'm about 40 or 50 minutes outside the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's about a 2.5 hour ride to New York City from where I live. Thank you, Michael, for liking my live. I really appreciate it. If anybody else wants to like it, if you're on my YouTube channel, if you don't comment, I can't see you. I can't call you out. YouTube does not show me that, but TikTok does. I can see when people are coming on, if they like it, if they comment, or if they do anything. TikTok does show you that, but however, YouTube does not. I am live streaming in 2 places. I have software that allows me to live stream on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. It's one live stream, and what's cool about it, when I'm done and I end this live stream, they'll automatically upload the whole recording to my YouTube channel. TikTok only saves them for 30 days, and I noticed it looks like they save them in pieces. It's not the whole thing. So after 30 days, it's gone from TikTok. Good morning, Taz. If you're jumping on, love to know what part of the world you're coming in from. I live on the East Coast of the United States. About 40 or 50 minutes outside the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Good morning, EJR. If you drop, anybody got any questions about anything, I'd love to know, how much time a day do you spend on social media? And Logan, that was on here earlier, said he spends 6 hours a day on social media. Good morning, Victor. Victory Faceless. I had another woman that she was honest enough to admit that she said she spends way too much time on social media. And she was being honest. And I think a lot of people, you say you're going to get on for 15 minutes. I do think it's addicting. The 15 minutes turns into 30, and then an hour, 2 hours. Good morning, Robert. My time on social media, I'm getting paid for it. TikTok pays me for doing these lives. It's productive. But if you're spending that much time on social media, why not get paid for it? And there's a lot of people, I do think it is addicting. And you get on and you just start scrolling. And yeah, there's some really cute cat videos. There's some really cute puppy videos. They're all cute and all that. But it's not productive. And when I'm on every day for an hour live streaming, my time is productive. Good morning, David. If you're jumping on, what part of the world are you coming in from? Love to know why you're on social media. And it seems that question, why are you on social media? And the other one is, how much time a day do you spend on social media, that people don't want to answer? Good morning, Monkey. Where are you coming in from? Most people don't want to answer that. And I do believe a lot of people, good morning, Monica. Most people don't want to join because you're either, or say anything, because you're looking for a way to make money from home, or you've been trying and you're not getting the result that you want. And I do believe that a lot of people are on for that reason. Good morning, Demo. Good morning, Alicia. Are on because you are looking for a way to make money from home, or you've been trying and you're not getting the results that you want. I mean, there are some people that have gotten on here that tell me they just went out of their 9-to-5 job. Yeah, you can do that. But I mean, this is a high income skill. You can learn it in 2 weeks. But to master it, it's going to take you longer. And how long it might take you to master something, I don't know. That depends on your own learning habits and that kind of thing. But if you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. If anybody wants to share why you're on social media, I'm on social media because I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Good morning, Donna. What part of the world are you coming in from? If anybody wants to share why you're on social media, love to know. And even when I ask people where are you coming in from, I do get people from all over the world on these. So if you're jumping on, good morning, Slick Top, is that what people call you? A lot of people, if anybody wants to share, how much time a day do you spend on social media? A lot of people are spending a lot of time on social media. Why not get paid for it? Good morning, Terry. Good morning, T Lady. Now I am on here every day. Like, I do these live streams for an hour, but I get paid for my time on social media. TikTok pays me for doing these live streams. Most of the platforms, they do have a monetization program. You do have to meet their qualifications before you can apply and be accepted. Good morning, Team Ken Ruo. Good morning, Sarah. What part of the world are you coming in from? But you had, like on TikTok, you have to meet the qualifications of, you have to have at least 10,000 followers, and you had to have at least 100,000 views on your account over the last 30 days to qualify. Then you can apply for the program. And if they accept you, they'll let you know. And then you can start, like for these live streams. That's one of the things you can get paid for on TikTok. TikTok has a bunch of them. They're always sending me stuff. I like YouTube's program better. Well, I think it pays better, but it is harder to get monetized over there. I was monetized and I lost it, so I'm working on getting it back. But you have to meet the qualifications. Now, I would be monetized on Instagram too. I've got almost 100,000 followers over there, but Instagram stopped their monetization program, so they're not doing it anymore. They used to pay for the views on your reels. Good morning. Is it Dindy? If you're jumping on, what part of the world you're coming in from? But you can be on social media and get paid for it instead of just scrolling. Good morning, Cindy. What part of the world you're coming in from? Excuse me. Good morning, Thomas. Where are you coming in from? Good morning, Renee. Rini, is that Rini? I'm the show tracker on, actually, I think the premiere is coming up in a week. The woman on there that he talks to that's an attorney, her name is Rini. And you guys might, I'm not sure how she spells it. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Jax. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming from. If you have any questions or you need any help with anything, I do online marketing, making money from home. I teach other people how to do the same thing. If you have a question, I'd be glad to answer. If you're trying to figure something out, I'd be glad to do a training on it if it's something I've done. I don't think it's ethical to train on things you haven't done. But if I haven't done it, I probably can give you a resource. Because if you're trying to learn something, you want to get around somebody that's done it, that's an expert on it. Good morning, Maggie. Good morning, Jax. Yeah, it's funny. I mean, TikTok shows me people coming along. Good morning, Josh. YouTube does not. So if you don't copy in the comments or you don't make a comment in the chat or the comments, I can't see you. I can't call you out. Good morning, Steamboat. TikTok does show me who's coming on. I can see who liked the video. Yeah, and if anybody wants to like the video, I appreciate it. It helps my account out. And some of you are new. Some of you I recognize from before. Good morning, Mary. If you're new, drop a comment in the yes. If you're new to my live streams, because I am seeing some names. It just seems like every day there are names I do recognize, and then there's ones I haven't seen before. But love to know why you're on social media. If anybody wants to be honest and answer how much time a day do you spend on social media? Logan was on here and he said he spent 6 hours. I had another woman who got on another live I did that she said she spends way too much time on social media. And I do believe that a lot of people, I do think it can be addicting. You say you're only going to get on for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and then it turns into an hour, 2 hours and longer. And then here all this time has gone by. My time on social media is productive. Good morning, Donna. TikTok actually pays me for doing these lives. So when I'm on here, it's productive. And if you're just scrolling, if that's what you want to do, but why not be making money with it? And there's so many people that I've met that they're working more than one job because they can't make ends meet, or people trying to live off of Social Security, which you can't live off of Social Security. A lot of people are starting to realize they're getting close to retirement age and they don't have the money. And a lot of people, that's how they found our space. Now, that wasn't my story. I lost my job. I couldn't find another one. Good morning, Donna. It was the worst job market ever. People were getting like 1,500 applications for one job. I think over the course of a year of me applying for jobs, I got a total of 3 interviews. I didn't get any positive job offers. I mean, I eventually found a job making $12.50 an hour in a call center. And I lost that job. I lost that job too, and nobody can live off of $12.50. And that was much less than what I was making. So I literally went to Google. I searched make money online. I bought a website. I set up pay-per-click ads. I had no idea what I was doing. I was sending traffic to a replicated website, which you never want to do. And I did that for a year, and I realized I had to get around somebody who had done what I wanted to do so I could learn from them. And then the rest is history, because you can't do this by yourself. You need a mentor, you need training, you need a proven system. And I didn't have any of those things and ended up doing this for over a year and not making any money. Yeah, and that's TikTok when I'm on here, because I'm past 50 minutes now. They send me a little thing. I had to put a puzzle together. Otherwise, it'll stay up there and it's not going to let me nobody can see me. Good morning, C. Is it C Marketing? Good morning, Glacier. What do people call you? What part of the world are you coming in from? I live on the East Coast of the United States. Good morning, CVA. Good morning, C Lady. Good morning, Schofield. Where are you coming in from? I'd love to know why you're on social media. Interesting to me how a lot of people, they don't put their names on their social media accounts. Some people don't put anything. And TikTok just issues you a user number. You don't have a picture. I mean, if you're trying to use social media for something, and most people are on here because either they're looking for a way to make money from home, or they've been trying, you're not getting the results you want. I have had some people a woman, she has a nonprofit that supports women who've been victims of domestic violence. She's using social media to get exposure for that. You still want to learn how to use social media correctly and learn how to use it the right way, because if you're not using it the right way, you're probably not going to get what you want out of it. You can get exposure to over 5 billion people for free. My mentor has taught me how to do that. And there's people that, like the woman with a nonprofit that's supporting women who've been victims of the violence. Other people have things like that. They have a message, they have an offline business, online business that they're trying to get exposure for. So you want to learn how to use social media correctly, because it doesn't matter what you're using it for. It still works the same way. And if you're not using it correctly, you're probably not going to get what you want out of it. Good morning, Adam. And there's a lot of people that don't know how to use social media correctly. They're taking whatever they're doing, a video, a link, a website, and spamming people. Because if you go to someone's content and you're spamming your link on their video, you're private messaging people, sending them a link, and you haven't asked them. You're spamming them. You always want to get permission. Good morning, is it Trace? You want to get permission from that person, ask them if they'd be open to taking a look at what you're doing. Otherwise, you're spamming. And there's a lot of people doing that, and I can tell you that doesn't work. I know if anybody does that with me, I immediately block you. Good morning, William. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. You don't want to do that. And a lot of people, I realize they haven't learned, and I have paid. I personally put out over $100,000 to get around different people to learn from them. It's in a high income skill. You can learn it in 2 weeks. You can't master it in 2, but you want to learn the correct way to use it. So if you're just sending people to something, good morning, Dave, a link or something, you want to stop doing that. I mean, and that works, that's prospecting, but you want to always ask somebody if they'd be open to taking a look. I have people that send me private messages and they're sending me something, a website, a link, a video, and that is spam. And I immediately block people. Good morning, the magical Stowe. Is that what people call you? If you're jumping on, I'd love to know what part of the world you're coming in from. Why are you on social media? Most people don't want to seem to answer that. And the other question is, how much time a day do you spend on social media? I had Logan on here that he was honest. He said he spends like 6 hours a day on social media. Another woman she said she spends way too much time on social media. My time is productive because I get paid. And if you're just getting on scrolling, good morning, Jake, good morning, Dave, it's not productive time. And I do these live streams. I live stream for like an hour every day, but I'm monetizing social media, so it pays me, so my time's productive. Good morning, Nikki. And I'm not spending 6 hours a day. You can get this down to 2 hours. Mine's a little bit more because part of my workday is doing these live streams for an hour. So good morning, T. If you're jumping on, let me know what part of the world you're coming in from. If you have a question, put it in the comments. Now, if you're on my YouTube live, if you don't say anything, I can't see you, so I can't shout you out. TikTok does show me who's coming on. Good morning, user 758, and I'm not going to go through the rest of that. Because when somebody sets up an account on TikTok, if you don't put your name or a picture, TikTok just assigns you a user number. And if you're using social media for anything, you don't want to do that. People want to know you're right. And I did a video that I put on my TikTok account, how to set up your social media account correctly. So if you've got a question, put it in now, because I did commit to this for an hour and I'm almost at the hour. So I'm probably going to end this in a minute or less. So if you have a question, drop in the comments. If there's something you're trying to figure out, I'd be glad to do a training. If it's something I've done, if it's not something I've done, I don't think you can train or teach on something you haven't done, but I can probably give you a resource. I had a guy that got on my YouTube live. He wanted me to do a video about CPA marketing. I've never done CPA marketing. I know what it is. I've never really made money from it, but I was able to give him a couple of resources because I don't think it's ethical to try to train or teach on something you haven't done. Good morning. Is it older than dirt? I haven't heard that one in a long time. So if nobody has any questions, I'm going to end this now. I am here every day at 10 a.m. Eastern time. I appreciate you jumping on, and I will see you again tomorrow.